Hello, everyone. This is Lori Lovato. I am here in my studio. Welcome to my studio. Bienvenidos a mi estudio. And I am going to share a little music with you, but I thought maybe I'd wait a little bit till I see some comments or people on. I don't see anybody on yet, but I want to welcome you to the Santa Fe Symphony and let you know that we have been working very hard behind the scenes, especially our committee, especially our orchestra staff and board members, to make sure that we have a wonderful season ahead of us. There's lots of secrets and lots of wonderful things that are going to happen, so you better keep posted. They put up a new website where you can see all of next season, which I'm very excited about. And also you can go to a new YouTube page that was set up, which is kind of neat. So I hope you stay engaged and enjoy today's little chat. I don't see anybody online yet, so let me click the comments and see if I see anything. So I don't see anything yet, but I can start answering some questions that some people have asked me. They sent in some questions, and let me see. Let me make sure that Catherine can get through to me in case I'm not doing something properly. Let's see. Looks good. There we go. So one of the questions that someone asked was, how long have I been in the Santa Fe Symphony? And that is an interesting question, because when I was getting my degree in Chicago, I came back and I started playing with the Santa Fe Symphony right away, but mostly as a sub. And then I won the audition a few years later, and so I've been playing the Santa Fe Symphony ever since. So it's quite a long time. And I've gotten to play with wonderful people that have been in the Santa Fe Symphony. Robert Wingert, who was one of the first clarinet players, and also Stanley Weinstein, it was an honor to get to play with Stanley. Hi, Stanley, if you're out there. And wonderful winds, lots of wonderful people in the winds. So it's been a great career for me in the Santa Fe Symphony, and I am looking forward to much more. Another question was, let me see here. Are you dreaming of when we can travel again, and where would I love to go? Well, I have to be honest with that. I'm not a big traveler, but I do enjoy going to see my sister and her husband in Canada, and it just so happens that in Canada there is a clarinet maker by the name of Maury Bakun, who makes these wonderful handmade clarinets. So he's made me several sets. By sets I mean B flat and A. And somebody also asked me about all my clarinets. And oh, looks like Catherine's trying to get, let's see. She's asking me to reduce my screen. Well, I can try. Okay, there we go. Hope that's good, Catherine. But it's because I'm standing, and I would like to start by playing a little something for everyone, so I'm not sitting down yet. But I will. I'll sit down a little bit. I don't see that we have any followers yet, so I am going to just hang out and see what happens. Sorry, Catherine, I'm not seeing any Not set. Well, let's see. Follow or slow, protected. No. Comments. I don't see any comments. Okay. Let me see. Maybe they're down here in the bottom. Well, in any case, since there's 30 people on, that's good to know. I feel better. So I thought maybe I would play a little something for you all. This is a piece that makes me happy, and I hope it makes you happy as well. Okay, so here we go. And let me first say that I made a little background for myself with MIDI on the computer, and I'm very sorry to our wonderful bass players, Terry, Mark, Kathy, Toby, Frank, Jean-Luc. I had to do a MIDI bass for myself here during this situation. And also to my favorite percussionist, Ken and Jeff. Excuse my MIDI, but someday we'll play this piece again. All right, so here we go. Oh my goodness, that was fun to get to play a concert. Yes. Okay, I am going to set my clarinet down so I can sit and figure out how I can answer all your questions. Take the all-important reed, stick it in some water, and pull up my chair, and off we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wish I could see the comments. Oh my goodness, this is such a drag. Let me see. Let's see. Nope, I'm not seeing any comments. Viewing. Catherine, help. I have no comments. Open the link to your live Facebook event on your phone so I can see my comments. Hey, that's a great idea. She's so with it. We're so lucky to have Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. So I can sit and figure out. It's a little behind, so let me turn off the sound. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Oh, I can't believe I got to play a concert. Wow, yes. So, as you can tell, I miss all of our audience so much. Oh, it just kills me. But anyway, we're going to do it. And I think that this is a time of opportunity. It's a time for us we have a chance to change things for the better. And I think we can do it. And I think there's so many people that have such great ideas. And if we just all stick together, we can do it. So let me look at these questions here. Get all live notifications. Yes, please. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, there are. From my pen. Okay, let's see. Oh, Carol. Hi, Carol Williams. Oh, Bob. Oh my gosh, Bob. You are such a good improviser. I learned from you a long time ago. You told me don't give up, so I keep trying. It's kind of, I'm a closet jazzer, so I enjoy, playing jazz whenever I can. So let's see. Lisa Martinez, hello. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Oh, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm glad you posted something. I have to tell everyone that Rebecca did something in June that is just spectacular. Near and dear to my heart are all the education programs that we do with the symphony. Before I was a full-time classical musician, I taught high school for about 10 years. And of course, music education is just very important. And in June, the Santa Fe Symphony got together with the Santa Fe Public Schools, and they did a project, and Rebecca did a workshop on making instruments. And I haven't seen it yet, Rebecca, and I hope it's videotaped because I want to see it. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to do it with my grandkids. So, yay, thank you for doing that. Hey, Laura, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're on. She is on her way to Philadelphia. They are moving because Chris Dwyer, her husband, won a horn position in the Philadelphia Orchestra. Congratulations, Chris. I haven't told you officially. I don't know if I have. So we all are rooting for you. Let's see. It was a choral. Somebody was asking me, that piece that I played was a contradanza, and it's by a clarinet player that I admire very much. He's Cuban, and his name is Paquito de Rivera, and he has wonderful YouTube videos up if you ever subscribe to his page and you want to be uplifted with some wild clarinet. I listen to him all the time. Let's see. And oh, Mirabai. Hi, Mirabai. I miss performing with you, Mirabai. We did some great storytelling in the education department, and we did some storytelling with Mr. Byron Harrington and I think Jeff Cornelius, and I don't even remember who all was in that group. And we went to the schools, and Mirabai helped us put some pieces together, and I hope sometime we can do that again. We called ourselves the Storyteller Group, so I hope maybe we can brainstorm and think of something we could do even online so that we could share with all the students that can't go to school or whatever. Anyway, just a thought. Let's see, was clarinet my first instrument? Technically, I guess yes, but there was always a piano in the house that belonged to my great-grandmother, I think, and I used to mess around on the piano, and the fun part for me as a kid, my mom, who I admire very much, used to encourage me to practice, but it was always my job to wash dishes after dinner. And she said she always let me practice. If I practiced, I didn't have to do the dishes. So you can imagine, I was always practicing after dinner. It was the best thing ever. Thanks, Mom. Let's see. Hi, Steph. Oh my gosh, Stephanie. Stephanie was just on a couple of weeks ago, and you inspired me, Stephanie. So here I am, trying my first Facebook Live. Let's see. What else have people to say? Hi, Elaine. Gosh, I miss performing with you so much, and we just have to figure something out. We just have to. We will. I think we will. we will. Hang in there. We got to all just hang in there and be patient. And Jackie McGehee, there is another person that has education, music education, dear to her heart. And many of you know her because of the competition that she put together for young musicians, concerto competitions. So Jackie inspired me from the very beginning when I was in the symphonies here to not give up and just keep trying. And so I will, Jackie. I'm going to keep the torch lit for music education. You betcha I will. Let's see. Carmen. Hello, Carmen. I don't know if everyone knows, but there's a very special concert on, I would say next semester. See, I'm speaking like an educator again. Next semester that they're going to recreate a concert at the cathedral, I think, in February. I have the information right here, I think. And it's a concert that no one should miss. It's just going to be fabulous. They are going to, it's actually in April 29th, with Carmen and Guillermo at the helm. They're going to do Haydn Symphony, and then they're going to feature in the Haydn Sinfonietta, they're going to feature David Felberg and Dana Winograd, Elaine Heltman, and Stephanie Shabilska. And they're going to do also Mozart Symphony Prague. Unfortunately, there's no clarinets in those two pieces. But the most interesting thing for me is the Stravinsky Symphony of Psalms. I don't know, I'm sure many of you know, but Stravinsky did a concert there of, I believe, that exact same music. I'm not sure in what year it was. Somebody will have to help me with that. But there's a plaque there in the back of the cathedral that lists the date of the concert and that a concert was performed there with Stravinsky. So I just think that is the coolest thing, and they're going to recreate that. And I am going to be there. I am not going to be on stage because there's no clarinets in this concert, but I am going to be there because I want to hear this concert. It's going to be fabulous. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm sure Carmen is too. So let's see. And, oh my goodness, one of my students is on. Hi, Reed. Yes, Reed, you must play this song with me. We will figure out how to do it. And you are so good on bass clarinet that I'm going to write you a bass clarinet part so that you can play it and we can do it together. So I look forward to that. And then you are learning to be a percussionist as well, so maybe you could do some percussion for me and we could all tape it all together and do it. Let's put that on our list, Reed. Good for you. Let's see. Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Let's see. Who are you? Who are you? Who are some of your most important teachers? Oh, my goodness. I feel like I've been so lucky to have such amazing teachers. Oh, what a beautiful question. From the very beginning, my first clarinet teacher, because I've had many wonderful music teachers as well, but my first clarinet teacher was by the name of Arlen Asher, and he is a musician from here, a jazz musician, and he's still doing okay, and he did a concert not too long ago. I was so sad that I wasn't able to attend, but he is absolutely an amazing musician, and I was lucky enough to have him from when I started all the way through high school, and he encouraged me to improvise and learn music by ear and do all those things that sometimes, not always, but sometimes classical musicians veer away from. So, and somebody else asked me on the same topic about jazz and classical music. How do they help each other when you are able to do both? And that is also a really good question. When you're playing jazz, your focus is, especially when you're improvising, is the harmony. And when you're playing classical music, it is the harmony, but I wouldn't say not as much. And when I play jazz, it really encourages me to listen harmonically. And I'm always listening to the melody, I'm always listening to the bass, and I'm always listening to how to fit my part better, how to imitate Elaine or Stephanie or Jessie, how to fit my part and make us fit as one unit, and articulation, um, also our just our balance, and so a style. And so I'm always listening really hard in the symphony orchestra when I'm sitting in the symphony orchestra, but I find myself not as much listening to the harmony. And when I'm playing jazz, I am really focused on the harmony and really listening for the melody notes that are the key notes from one harmony to the next. And that has helped open my ears when I'm listening to classical music and when I'm sitting in the orchestra to listen more harmonically. So I hope that is just one of the aspects that I think helps me to do both. And not that I am a professional improviser, I just like to dabble and have fun and do what I can and keep learning, right? That's what we all need to do, is just keep learning. Let's see. Some of my other teachers, of course, were some of the teachers that were here. So after I studied with Arlen, I studied with a man by the name of Floyd Williams. He was the clarinet professor before Keith Lemons at the University of New Mexico. And when I was in high school, I studied with him. And he was a student of Harold Wright. He was a very good clarinet player, and he helped me a lot. Then I went to Northwestern, where I studied with three very, very famous clarinetists, Robert Marcellus, Clark Brody. Clark Brody played in the Chicago Symphony, and Robert Marcellus played in the Cleveland Orchestra, and also Larry Combs, who played in the Chicago Symphony as well. And so I was lucky to get to work with those gentlemen and learn a lot. Then when I moved back here, I taught high school, and I decided one day, you know, how you try to be a good example for your students, right? So I had told my students that they needed to put something on a piece of paper above their bed, a goal that they wanted to accomplish that year or that semester. So my students tell me, well, Ms. Lovato, you need to do the same thing. Oh my gosh. So I said, okay, I want to study with a jazz clarinetist. Well, so happens there's a jazz clarinetist that lives just down the road over there. His name is Eddie Daniels. And I had it on my door in my office when I was teaching high school. Call Eddie Daniels. Well, my students kept pestering me until finally I was, darn it, I guess I'm going to have to call him. I was so nervous and scared. Called him up, and he said, oh, Lori, yeah, you play around here. Come on over. And that started it. And I started studying jazz. I wouldn't say, I studied music with Eddie and a lot of harmony. And I'm very grateful for everything that he's taught me. And thanks to Eddie, he encouraged me to get together with Maury Bakun, who is a clarinet maker. And you can see, I don't know, can you see all those clarinets back there? Somebody asked me about all my clarinets, and unlike a violin, clarinets wear out. They don't appreciate. They're much more like a car. They depreciate. So every few years or so, you have to get a new set of clarinets. And of course, when you play in the orchestra, you play B flat and A clarinet. So somebody asked me about my clarinets, so I thought I'd show you a few of them. I'll start with the most recent set that I'm playing on, which is the one I just played with you. It's probably, I think, the best clarinet Maury has ever made. It's unbelievable. Let me get it for you so you can see. It's made of ebony. It has both silver and gold. He makes them, of course, with gold if you like, but I found out the hard way that my hands wear out the gold very fast. So those is my current set, B flat and A. The set before that, I splurged, and I got myself a set of rosewood B flat and an A gold clarinets, and I really love playing these clarinets. The one thing I found out though was with the rosewood, I felt like it didn't project as much as I would have liked in the orchestra. So I just used these for chamber music and practicing around here. They're also my backups, of course. So then else I wanted to show you were these two clarinets, which I get to play also. And as you can see, they're much smaller. This one is a C clarinet. So it's pitched the same as an oboe or a flute. It's non-transposing. And Beethoven wrote a lot for C clarinet, Verdi, lots of Rossini. Oh my goodness, there's lots of Rossini and C clarinet. Mahler loved to use the C clarinet. It's a little bit brighter than the B flat or the A. And I love using the C. Most clarinet players transpose the part and they don't play it on C. I enjoy switching to C for the change in the tone color. But I'm not sure even some conductors even notice, but I never said that. Then there's this clarinet, which is the E flat, which it plays very high. It's very obnoxious. And my husband runs from the house when I'm practicing this, or he hides my clarinet. It's kind of a game we play. So, so I don't play this too often, but I think coming up this year I will get to play it. So I've taken it out so I can start practicing it this month. So let me put these back. So there, I answered that question about the clarinets. I wanted to get to that. Then back to my teachers. I am really grateful for Eddie Daniels. He's just, I feel like he opened up a world for me. And Mirabai, tell him I said hi. All right, let's go on to the other questions. Oh, Bob, you just listened to a masterclass, I assume of Mr. Marcellus. Yes, I have all of those on CD, and so if you ever want to listen to them, they're kind of far away because it's the old-fashioned recording, but he used to herd us all, the clarinet players that were when we were at Northwestern, and on Saturday mornings we'd go in and listen, or Sunday mornings, and he'd put on his old recordings, his LPs, his old 78s of the famous clarinet players from way back, McGinnis, and so many wonderful clarinet players, and McLean. And so I think just getting that standard in my head was really important in my evolution of becoming a clarinet player. So I try to do the same for my students. I try to start every lesson listening to something, but we branch out. We listen to all kinds of things. I encourage them to listen, so I think that's really important. Let's see. Hi, Caitlin. Congrats, Caitlin. Let's see. Oh, somebody was asking about my mom. Yes, I'm still caring for my mom. She's a precious, tiny, little petite thing, which it's an honor to have taken care of my dad, who passed away a couple of years ago, and now my mom. And I told her I was doing this Facebook thing, and so I asked the person that was helping me care for Mom today to put it on. So, hi, Mom. I hope you're there watching. I love you, Mom. Let's see. Oh, 1961. Yes, Rebecca says that the Stravinsky concert was in 1961. And Rebecca would know. She researched the whole thing. Thank you, Rebecca. She went into the archives, and I just think that is the coolest thing you did, Rebecca. Awesome. Let's see. Emma! Hi, Emma! She's watching from down south, not too far down south. But I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoyed that. It's good to see you. And Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. Let's see. Symphony of Psalms, July 17th, 1960. Oh, Jessica Mullen. Hi, Jessica. Speaking about education, there is a perfect example of somebody I very admire who is an amazing educator. Her name is Jessica Mullen, and she is also married to another educator, much like myself. And she happens to be both of her and her husband are, she's my student and her husband is my husband's student. And so I'm really proud of everything that they've managed to do and all the lives that they've changed. Amazing. That's, for me, the best part of being an educator is watch somebody else become an incredible educator. So hats off to you, Jessica. Oh, and Victoria, my student. Hi, Victoria. Victoria is working on a concerto, and she was supposed to have her audition on Saturday for the Youth Symphony, the concerto competition. She's going to do the Faber Rondo Last Movement, and she's sounding absolutely fabulous. And I think they had to postpone the audition, so I think they're going to do tape. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, Victoria, for you. You are so prepared. It's just awesome that you did this. So I hope you get to do the concert, and our concerts resume in the second semester. And hi, Nancy. Let's see. Why do the clarinets wear out? That's a really good question. Well, I will show you. First of all, we blow into the clarinets, and we have a lot of condensation that goes into the clarinet. And of course, wood does not like water. So, we are constant. You probably see us, those of you that are in the audience, always swabbing out. So this goes through our clarinet, and between that and the blowing of the air coming through, the inside of the bore of the clarinet starts to move a little bit, and it gets what we call blown out. So that's why. Too bad, huh? All right, let's see. All right. The Squawk Monster. That's actually a very nice name for the E-flat clarinet, Squawk Monster. My husband has some much more interesting names for it. Let's see. Diane! Oh, we miss you, Diane. I hope you're doing well. We think about you all the time. Diane worked in the office at the Santa Fe Symphony, and Diane, you were a tough act to follow. We had a hard time. I think they had to hire 5 people just to replace you. Okay, I think I got all those questions. Okay, now let me get to these other questions over here. What do you find the most rewarding in your work with music education? Like I said, when I was teaching band and orchestra, it's watching people mature and become good human beings and great musicians and great teachers themselves. That's really rewarding. When I'm teaching privately, for me, it's so different than teaching every day and being a band director and orchestra director. You see a different side of the students. And when they come to you once a week or twice a week, you see a different side. Just you have a very small window to make an impact. But the fun part is that most of my students, I start when they're either in middle school or younger. And they usually study with me all through high school. So I get to see this evolution of this person develop. And I've really enjoyed that very much. And watching them mature into good musicians, great musicians, it's really fun. That part is really fun. Now, as far as the orchestra goes, the education department, when we go to the schools, I think that has to be some of the happiest moments in my career as a classical musician. It's just spectacular being up close to students and sharing my love of my instrument and the musicians with me, of music with them, and just trying to teach them a little something. Also, I get a kick out of watching the teachers, and so many of the teachers know so little about music that they're really grateful for someone to come in and share whatever they know. Now, in some cases, their music students are really lucky, or the regular students are really lucky, because some of the teachers are amazing musicians themselves. So I think it's the full gamut, but I just love going in and doing workshops for the students. And that was the last thing that Stephanie and Rebecca and I did before everything closed down in March. We were giving school concerts to itty bitty kids and older kids and kids with severe challenges, and kids that that loved it, and it was very rewarding. And of all the concerts to end with, I'm really grateful that I got to end with that. But I can't wait to start up and do a whole new set. And it sounds like they've got some really good plans lined up. Let's see. Do I have any animals? I have one animal. It's my husband. He's the only animal that lives in this house. So let's see, anything else? I think those are all the questions. It's just been wonderful. I want to review a little bit just and thank the office, Daniel and Catherine. You guys have been working behind the scenes. I'm sure some of the musicians don't even know all the things that you've been doing for us, and I am really grateful. And I know that Sharon, Amy, and Callie, thank you for all your work that you do for us. And also our board. And I don't know if any of you know, but we have a new board member. And his name is Mike Dawson. And he's our new board member, I think, this month. And very grateful also for all the work that Fred Hirsch did as our board president before that. So thank you, all the board members that are helping us with Santa Fe Symphony. The musicians, we're struggling, but we're not going to give up, and this is an opportunity for us to make change and do something really important and really good in Santa Fe. So I think I'm going to, on that note, I'm going to close up shop here. I hope you enjoyed being in my studio, and I look forward to seeing you all at a live concert. So take care. Bye-bye.